It was a wet start to our 2022 season, with our 2021 grand finalists Grassy and North playing off again, with Grassy coming out on top again this time by 28 points. Will Cleland had a good start to the season, kicking 6 with a best on ground performance, while Freddie Tatawaka also had a good game and kicked 2. North had 5 individual goal kickers, with Mark Mackey getting amongst their best players, along with Jai and Justin Summers, while for Grassy, Brady Rhodes and Jack Noseda all played well. Keenan Fanning found it hard to keep his feet in the slippery conditions, while Ned Hunter got up high but was unable to hang on to the ball, and Hayden Bymans missed what he should have got. After Curry was struggling to find players at the start of the season, it was good to see that they were able to front with 15 players for this game. Grassy this time was struggling for numbers, which saw Barry Brooks and his elder brother Ricky play with them for the first time in a long time. Curry ran out winners by 24 points, with Campbell Keeler kicking 4, while for Grassy, young Tyler Hudson kicked 3. Sukmar Bowling got amongst the best players for Curry after playing for Grassy the week before, along with Doug Cox and Jack Yude, with Freddie having another good game for Grassy, along with Lee Satori and Brandon Blomfield. Curry shot to the top of the ladder after their 12-point win against North in our round 3 game. Tom Graham has found some kicking form in the off-season to see him kick 5 and Josh Bellchambers kick 3, along with Hayden Bymans, while Alex Goldsmith and Doug Cox kicked 2 each. Andy Summers pulled on the boots again and showed he had not lost any of his skills, while Ben Brown lookalike Johnny Cross was finding his kicking was a bit rusty, along with Richard Sutton, who maybe should have done a pre-season with Tom. Jack Worrell played well for Curry, along with Sukmar Bowling and Doug Cox. Jai Summers was leading his team by example and was being well supported by Ned Hunter and Jacob Armstrong. Jeremy Summers got reported for his hit on Tom Graham, with Tom losing his cool when the kick was reversed. Tom then got reported for his hit on Jeremy. Adam Clark was filling in for North and tried hard to hang on to the ball, but to no avail. Grassy played out a 17-point win over a depleted North, who called on Doug Cox from Curry to help them get a team on the ground in our round 4 game. Tristan Forrest kicked 3, Will Cleland, Richard Sutton and David Vellacoop all kicked 2. Doug was enjoying his game with North and got amongst their best players, along with Carl Lewis, Ned Hunter and Nick Little. For Grassy, Tristan Forrest, Will Cleland, Will Laidler and Dale Reid were some of their better players. New player Mark Kay tried hard to hang on to this mark, while Craig took a nice mark but was unable to finish it off. Emmanuel Pedroza was playing his first game for quite a while, and it did not go well for him, as he first got a smack on the nose and then hurt his shoulder and has not played again since. Our round 5 game between Curry and Grassy saw Grassy demolish Curry by 89 points. Jack Noseda kicked 6 along with Tyler Rhodes. Tristan Forrest kicked 4 and Johnny Cross had blown the rust out of his legs to also kick 4. Players were forced from the ground for a short period as a storm rolled in that contained some lightning. Josh Bellchambers played well for Curry, along with Doug Cox and Sukmar Bowling, while for Grassy, the flowing mullet of Jackson Taylor was prominent for Grassy, with Jack Noseda and Tyler Rhodes also playing well. In our round 6 clash against Curry saw Malcolm Jones play a game with them. Malcolm is the son of Mark Jones, who was a long-time player with North. But even with Malcolm's help, they were unable to muster up a win and went down to Curry by 32 points. Johnny Cross had a good day up forward, kicking 4, with Richard Sutton, who also kicked 4. Clint Stretton was back for his first game with Curry for the season, which saw him kick 3 for the day. Sukma bowling was in everything again, and Tom Graham was also having a good game. Jack Cooper, who played his one and only game with Curry, also got amongst the best players, while for North, Hayden Bymans, Keenan Fanning and Justin Summers were amongst their best. Our round 7 game between Grassy and North was a ripper of a game. Scores were level at 3/4 time, but Grassy kept North scoreless in the last quarter to run out winners by 22 points. Tristan Forrest kicked 3 for the game, while Freddie Tatawaka, Jack Nusida, Cody Cook and Richard Sutton all kicked 2. Justin and Taylor collided when they tried to tackle Jack, which saw them hit hard, while Will Cleland hit the ground hard with this tackle by Ned and Jai. Tom Graham was boundary umpiring and his 2 daughters were keeping a close eye on him, while Justin Sharman had a chance to put Grassy further ahead but missed a sitter. Brandon Blomfield had a great game for Grassy, along with Aaron Wardlaw and Will Laidler. Justin Summers played well for North, but I'm not too sure what he was thinking here, but he recovered well to kick the goal. Keenan Fanning had another good game, along with Alex Goldsmith, and Jeremy showed us there is more than one way to get the ball. Our round 7 game was a close affair, but our round 8 game between Grassy and Curry was a nail-biter to the end. Grassy were 18 points down at 3/4 time, which saw them rally to kick 4 goals for the quarter to Curry's 5 points to sneak home by 1 point. Tom Graham kicked 3 for the game, along with Tyler Rhodes, while Campbell Keeler, Jack Yude, Will Cleland, Tyler Hudson and Aaron Wardlaw all kicked 2. Marcus Blackie officiated in his first game on King Island after quite a few years out of umpiring. Josh Bellchambers didn't quite get his boot to ball correctly, while Sukma missed what he should have got. Justin Sharman showed Sukma how it should be done with this nice goal, while Tom just could not stop this goal from Tyler Hudson rolling through. Zach Chandler got amongst the best players for Grassy, along with Brady Rhodes and Brandon Blomfield. Josh Bellchambers got plenty of the ball for Curry, and Duncan Clemens just keeps on keeping on. Jack Worrell also played well, while Doug got away with this little pass to Jack. North were a little bit short on players for their round 9 game against Curry, which saw Grassy players Tyler Hudson and Zach Chandler play with them. Justin Summers kicked 3 goals and Jeremy 2, while Tom kicked another 2 along with Clint Stretton to see Curry run out winners by 24 points. Dwayne Baldy Baldock played his first game of the season, while Richard showed that he can kick some nice goals. Dylan Beecroft showed us he has not lost some of his magic, while Tom had a good grip on Jeremy's shorts. Bailey Rainbow played well in defence for North, while Justin Summers was busy again all around the ground and supported by Hayden Bymans and Keenan Fanning. Duncan Clemens had another good game, as did Sukma Bowling and Jack Worrell. North had Alistair Clemens return for a game with them, which gave him a chance to play with his son Bowen in their round 10 game against Grassy. Alistair showed that maybe he should still be playing, while Bowen is a player that we will see more of at a higher level. Baldy had a good day in front of goal kicking 4, but it was not enough as Grassy ran out comfortable winners by 52 points. For Grassy, Dale Reid, Tyler Rhodes and Tristan Forrest all kicked 3 for the game, while Tristan Forrest was a bit bemused about this decision by the umpire. The father-son combination of Alistair and Bowen was nice to see, and Alistair topped it off with a goal, and Bowen got amongst North's best players. Bailey Rainbow did a power of work in the back line again, with Justin trying hard all game. Will Cleland had another solid game, along with Tristan Forrest, Aaron Wardlaw and Brady Rhodes. Curry were a bit short on players on our round 11 game, which saw Bailey Rainbow and Ned Hunter from North play with them under permit, while Luke Lancaster and Lewis Williams, who were home for the weekend, also played to give them 13 players for the game. Grassy were too strong for Curry and secured top spot on the ladder with their 61-point win. Tyler Rhodes kicked 3 for Grassy, as did Tristan Forrest, while for Curry, Josh Bell-Chambers, Jared Williams and Ned Hunter all kicked 1 each, with Ned's being a bit of a gift, while Craig Constable was pretty happy about kicking his second goal of the game. Lee Satori and Rory Taylor played well for Grassy, as did Tristan Forrest and his brother Brandon Blomfield. Duncan Clemens led the way for Curry again, while Doug Cox tried hard all game along with Tom Graham. Due to sickness, injury and players being away, Curry were unable to find enough players for our round 12 game and were forced to forfeit to North. A scratch match was played against the older junior players, with some seniors also helping the juniors out in what was an enjoyable game played in good spirits. Chloe Watson got a chance to have a kick instead of being a trainer, and Roy Birkin snuck out for a run but was not quite as nimble as he used to be. Harrison Lincoln enjoyed the game, kicking 3 goals, while Tom Graham kicked 3 in some unfamiliar colours, with Bailey Rainbow also kicking 3. Dale Ellis showed he can run just as fast in Curry colours as he does in North colours, and it was nice to see the adults were giving the younger players a chance. Our round 13 game saw Grassy defeat North by 33 points in what was a good hit out by both teams. Will Cleland had a day out up forward, kicking 8, with Justin Summers kicking 4. Jack Nacida, Dale Reid, Will Laidler and David Vellacoop all kicked 2. Tyler Hudson is really playing well in the seniors and was amongst Grassy's best again, along with Jackson and Rory Taylor, who were over again to get their 3 games in. New player for North in Riley Badnock played well for them, while Bailey Rainbow was at his backman's best, with Ned Hunter also getting plenty of the ball along with Dale Ellis. Grassy's last home and away game against Curry saw them finish their season off with a good win, winning by 46 points in our round 14 game. Will Cleland had another outstanding game, which saw him kick 7 goals, which gives him 29 goals for the season and pretty much wraps up the KIFA leading goal kicker for the year. Clint Stratton kicked another 4, while Tyler Rhodes and Tristan Forrest kicked 3 each. Clint could have added to his tally if he had of kicked straight, as he hit the post with one, and with the other one he missed everything. Kieran Barnes played well for Curry, along with Johnny Cross, who was having a stint in the back line, while Josh Bell-Chambers was pretty busy around the centre. Tyler Hudson followed up his game from last week with another solid game, along with Jack Nacida and Brandon Blomfield. Riley Badnock was running the boundary but was having a few problems with his throw-ins, as it took him 3 goes at one stage. Our last roster game of the season had nothing riding on it except for prestige, as both North and Curry will meet again next week in our semi-final. But one would have nearly thought that it was a semi, as there was no beg your pardons in this game. Curry was struggling for numbers and called on Lee Satori, Zach Chandler and Rory Taylor from Grassy to help them field a side. Lee was a good addition to their side, as his 11-goal haul saw them defeat North by 58 points. With his 11 goals, Lee nearly became Curry's leading goal kicker, as Tom Graham was just ahead of him with 15. Baldy kicked 4 and Jai kicked 3 and led his side by example all game and was one of their best players. North had Robert Shaw come and play with them to also get amongst the best players, as did Ned Hunter and Dale Ellis. Doug Cox was everywhere, getting heaps of possessions and setting up lots of goals. He had a chance to kick one for himself but found a post, and not long after, Jack Worrell was dead in front and he hit the post. Not to be outdone, Baldy also missed an absolute sitter. Josh Bellchambers also played well for Curry, along with Duncan Clemens, while Robbie Smith from Grassy helped out with the running for them as well.